Welcome to part 9 of my playthrough of Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia. So this may or may not be the finale. You could tell because it'd be in the title. If it's not in the title, either A, I forgot, or B, more than likely it's not. Oh, I probably should do this. That makes more sense, doesn't it? I'm kind of hoping this is a final. Not because I think this is a horrible game. I'm just kind of ready to move on to the next one. See what it has to offer. Whee! Oh, shit. Good thing did automatically because I was about to drop down.
Must keep moving.
Destroy the tank. How do I do that? I'll probably shoot those barrels. Oh, that's how it run. Oh shit. How did I don't know what I do right there. Okay, I see what I did. Well, shit. Dang it, I messed that up. What does it say? Oh! I haven't done this in a while. Okay, we weakened it. Whee! I don't remember seeing that red one last time. Is he still alive? Probably should jump off. Shit. Oh, thank you, man. I was wondering if there's going to be a new spot or shoot one of the old ones. Oh, looks like there might have been a new spot. Maybe I could have killed it on the second time around.
You made it. Now, how do I leave this country?
I have papers. They were
Looks
made
to her
for
the
my
tank
wife, Anna. Take them.
Anna Anderson. It sounds American, but it'll work, even in Germany.
I'm sorry, Anya. It's all I can do right now.
Spasibo, Kolya.
I was afraid you were gone after what they did to you.
Go. Take care of your family. Get them on that boat to America. I will never forget what you've done for me, Nikolai.
Couldn't he just take her with her to America?
Are you going to be alright, all by yourself?
Because it sounded like she wasn't
I have strength now.
particularly happy
Whether
going to
that was
Germany.
Xiaojun or something within me, it does not matter. I know exactly who I am.
Do you?
Kick-ass assassin.
I am Anna Anderson.
Gotta work on that accent just a little bit. I mean, she doesn't have to go American. Okay. She could go British. I don't know if Anderson's... I assume Anderson's a British name. Or the origin comes from the UK area. British Isles. I think that's the game, though. That is the game! I kind of just... I was expecting to go get his family, then leave. I wasn't kind of... I was expecting that. I wasn't kind of expecting that to be it. Which is fine. Which means this part's going to be a little bit shorter. But that's fine. But yeah, Anderson. I don't know where that originates from. I'm betting it originates from the British Isles. So she could have carry from that way. That's my guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll talk about this game. So this game had a different vibe, different feel to what the China one did, which was nice because if you're going to kind of have them as 3 different games, even though they're kind of all, you know, the 3 of them together makes a big game. But if you kind of look at each individual, you kind of want them to be different, to be unique. And this did offer that. It was very unique. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game like this. You know, if for some nice reason this is you started watching me now, I played up and including Revelations. That's the last one I've stopped other than this one and then China. I even played the one on the PSP. I didn't beat it, but Bloodlines or something. I played it when I got a PSP. You know, about 5 years ago. It's like, oh yeah, I always had a chance to play this, and I started playing. It's like, it's not bad, but I wanted more, basically. You know, this game I could see doing really well in a handheld. Like I kind of wanted, if they would have done it like this, I think it could have been a lot better. Whether or not the system could have performed it or not is a different story. But this has a really good feel like if it was a handheld, or at least I feel like it would. This series so far, anyway. But anyway, so the shooting, the sniper, that was kind of fun. I was kind of like, oh, it has guns. How is this going to go? I enjoyed it. It felt like the game overall. It felt more of like constantly running and constantly sneaking and kind of. You had to make that one right jump. That one, like it had to be kind of really time based. You couldn't kind of okay, fuck it, we're going for it. Because of the China one, yeah, just kind of if you fucked up, you can still kind of fight your way out. This one, it seems like you couldn't do that a lot of the times, and you know, it makes it harder, but it makes it more satisfying when you complete, you know, yeah, nothing to say on that. I kind of enjoy going back through both characters. I enjoyed. I can't think of her other name now. Anna. I enjoyed playing her as more. I don't know if it was because the maps or the area of play, where you want to call it, was better with her, or what. Or it felt like, you know, she was smaller. She was a little bit more agile. I don't know. They could be the exact same thing. I do kind of have like this mental thing in my mind. Oh, it's a female character. They're a little bit smaller and a little bit more agile from like playing other games. In terms of like, you know, if I want to fit through this, it's a lot easier for me to do it. Some games it's a thing. Some, you know, a lot of games it's not. Whether it's male or female, it's the same stats, same hitbox, whatever. So I kind of have this mental like, oh yeah, you know, if I played as her, it seems like she was less clumsy. I don't know if there's any truth behind that, but that's kind of just me. It's one reason in games, if I can choose what gender I can play, I go towards the female or a smaller character in general. So you can kind of fit through stuff, you know, if you know, those tight things, you can just kind of squeeze through it and go on. I don't know, there's not really to say. I mean, the story was okay. I liked how it tied in from China. I'm curious how the India one's going to work. Based on the time gap, I would have, you know, we went from like the 1500s to the 1900s. I'd have figured India would be in the between then, but maybe they mentioned stuff from India that I wouldn't know. Maybe they didn't at all. Maybe the Indian game takes place after this. We don't know what happened to the box, so I'm curious if they were thought about, because these games come out like 2014, 2015, so recording this has been a few years. I might even mention this in the past. I wonder if they've thought about doing a sequel, if they, you know, if they're planning on it, if they decide not to on some of these. Because some of these I feel like they could. I mean, these two they definitely could. I mean, you could follow Anna into Germany into World War II. That's not a bad place. You could pick up with Nikolai. In America, you sort of could. The China one did for sure, because you had more time to work with. Because these Assassin's Creed games, you don't, because you get the World War II is kind of pushing, because you kind of like, well, the kind of swords are not a thing anymore. World War One, it's still close enough. So you really couldn't go that much farther in time. The China, I don't know my Chinese history that well. I don't really know what was happening in the 1500s and what happened shortly after that. I'm sure there might have been a war or something. I mean, in the game there happened a revolution. But yeah, I don't know what they were saying there. I really haven't kept up with it. I don't even know what Assassin's Creed games are doing now. I don't know what time place the last one was at. Liberation might have been the last one. Maybe, I don't know. It was one of these game series that, and I know people talked about this a lot, and past, and has been talking about this since when I was in high school, like back in 2009, 2010. Well, I wasn't in high school in 2010. I graduated in 2009. But even that too, there's some songs like, well, you know, the Call of Duty games, it's year after year after year after year after year, new game. Assassin's Creed, year after year after year after year after year. And it's kind of nice because you get that new game, you know, you get the next one in the series when you're really excited for it. Like, it doesn't take too long to get to. You don't have to wait 3 or 4 years to get it. But in the same way, you kind of get burnt out on it because you don't. That one game, the first one, you don't have this few years where you go through and collect everything, and you try to bring challenges on yourself to kind of keep the replay value of that game. And then when the new one comes out, it's kind of refreshing. You're like, okay, you do this, because they had a couple years to make it, you know, to spend a lot of time to add new mechanics and add new stuff that makes it, you know, more refreshing. And Assassin's Creed, that's what happened. I just kind of like, well, it's kind of okay, they added some new things, that's nice, but it's almost the same game. Just a new map. Okay, now I get to go and Rome. That's nice. I kind of wanted to do that in Assassin's Creed 2. Now I get to do it. Or get to go to this city or that city. I'm like, oh, cool, I can assassinate 2 people at the same time. But I don't know. This has been really refreshing. I'm glad I picked these games up. I'm probably off a $100 almost some time. I'm glad I'm finally sitting down and playing them now. Because for a couple of reasons. I enjoyed playing these games years ago, and I never went back to them. And now I'm kind of refreshed, like, okay, I want to play them now. You know, it's like I'm motivated to go back and play them now. And I probably will play some of those older ones after I finish the Chronicles series. Don't know yet, maybe not. Maybe India pissed me off to the point where I want to do something else. But I kind of want to go back and play the other ones and replay them. I don't know if I go through and play 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, or I might, like, okay, I want to play Brotherhood, or I want to play this one or that one. I don't know if I think I'm missing one of them. I think it's Revelations, but on Uplay. I have it on the PS3. I used to have all those games on the Xbox 360. Then some fucking asshole decided to steal those in my Xbox. It's okay, it worked out in the end. I don't be like, what? Someone stole all that stuff? I mean, how did that work out in the end? Well, luckily, 2 things. A, I got my new PC then, and it was like, okay, I could play Xbox 360, which I was usually doing, or I got into PC gaming. Well, I didn't have the Xbox anymore, so guess what? I got into PC gaming. And I was able to replace my PS3 pretty quickly. But instead of picking up the games I already had, it's like, well, I already have these games. I can also get like 3 games. You know, not $60 games, but like 3 $30 games along with it. And I have Final Fantasy 13. That's the one that stuck out to me, and that got me into JRPGs or RPGs. They got me into the Final Fantasy series. He's like, well, Final Fantasy 13 is not like the other ones. It's not, but that was the first one I really played. And it got me to, it's like, oh, these games are kind of fun. So, like, yeah, this bad thing happened, but in a lot of ways, I'm kind of glad it did. In some ways. I still fucking hate the asshole who did that. I won't talk much more about that. But yeah, except for sometimes bad things happen, and sometimes a lot of good things happen out of it. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's just bad and horrible, but sometimes you have some good things out of it. But anyway. I don't really have much more to say about this game compared to, you know, if you really want more of my opinion, either A, watch me play it and kind of sail through it, or B, I talk more during the China credits. I mean, it's, you know, there's a lot of the same thing. It's refreshing that, you know, instead of this big open world, it's linear. For the most part, there's probably a couple different options you can do, and there's some little side quests you can do. So it's not completely 100% linear, but it's linear for all intents and purposes. And kind of this platformer, more of a 2D thing. It's just, they really a good job at doing this. Not only coming with the ideal to even do this, because like, well, this is, yes, it's the same, kind of the same game, but it's totally different. It's a new ideal. So not only they had a good ideal, they actually did a really good job of actually doing it. Actually, you know, producing, you know, the game to follow with this. So kudos to whoever at Ubisoft's side to do this. Which, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit biased. I've always, growing up, there was like 3 developers or publishers, always, you know, publishers slash developers that are always just, they produce a game and I just, 95% of the time, I loved it. Ubisoft was probably third on that. Capcom was second until they started the fucking Resident Evil games. That mess. And Konami until they fucked up and got rid of their big guy. Granted, don't know the story behind that, you know. I don't know the details, so I really shouldn't be blaming Konami for that, but those are kind of the 3. You can throw Bungie in there for Microsoft. Bungie, just Bungie, not like 343 Studios. I mean, 343 didn't do too bad on the ones I played. What are these codes? I don't know what these codes do, but so there's 1, 2, 4. Okay, there's 4 options, so it would like. Fuck it. Brute force it. Granted, episode 1 codes, episode 2 codes. Yeah, there's probably 3. Fuck it. I mean, I already got like halfway through it. No, about a third. I think it was, what series was I talked about brute force in it? Shit. I don't remember what I was on. I don't know, like, it would even like, okay, you have the code. We'll find out. Oh, shit, I think I've been fucking up. What am I doing? Oh! Got it! God damn it, it wouldn't even start with the 3. Okay, so we want zeros. I could just do this all day because it's really, it doesn't take much thinking to do this. I'll do episode 1 on screen. I'll probably do the other ones off. Should be that. I don't know what that did. Can I even get back to that? No! I can't get back to that. I swear I could just get back to that. That's not it. Challenge rooms. I couldn't imagine being challenge rooms. Okay. Okay, so it leads me there. Now you know what brute force in this. So those 4 sets, they all had 4, so there's a possibility of 4 to the 4th. So 128 times 4, it's like 512. So there's 512 possibilities there. I think, unless the math's wrong. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, so that's 4. Yeah, so I think it was 512 different possibilities. Not too bad, actually. I mean, it only took like 4 minutes to get that first one. But anyway, yeah. So I don't really have much more to say in the game. Overall, it's fun. If I had to compare China and Russia, I probably would have China higher up. It was the first one I played, so it kind of has kind of that. Oh yeah, one thing I want to mention. In the China one, I enjoyed when like the background characters talked in their native language. I wish the main characters also talk. I have subtitles on. I can read. I know there are some people who can't read, but if you're going to kind of do it for them, kind of do it for everybody else. Maybe there's an option. I mean, I didn't check. So there is a Russian, but the thing is, if it's language, let's say if I do Italian, it switches, so I couldn't do it, I couldn't, do Russian or Chinese because that couldn't be the subtitles. But I kind of liked it doing that because it kind of gave that more realistic feel to it. I like how China did it. I wish they did it for the main characters. Okay, maybe sometimes reading subtitles sucks, and I don't watch as many foreign language stuff because of subtitles as I probably should. Because if I'm I want to sit back and like eat something, or like just kind of sit back and just like kind of more listen to it instead of actively like watching it. Then it's hard for me to understand it. But when you're actually active like this, it kind of adds that more that more feel to it. There's nothing wrong reading subtitles. There's a lot of great, at least films, TV shows that I have watched. It's been mostly Japanese and Korean, and TV shows. It's anime and Downtown. I can never remember. They're like Gaki no something, and I've watched some. Not many Japanese movies, but then I've watched some Korean movies, and they've all been fantastic. And some Chinese. And actually, that was Hong Kong and Taiwanese. So I watched some films in there, and a couple French films, and a couple German films, and they've been fantastic. And okay, maybe I don't understand what they're saying, but with the subtitles, it fixes it. And just because you don't understand the language and you don't want to read the subtitles, if you do that, you ruin a lot of great stuff that you're just missing. You just won't see it because it has like this. If you can't read, okay, understand that. But if you can, there's no excuse, or I always think anyway. But that's one thing I wish they would have done. I mean, even this game didn't have the other characters talk. The background soldiers, and they probably would have talked in Russian. I mean, I couldn't imagine that they would speak in English. I don't know what the percentage of people in 1910s in Russia that spoke English. I'm sure it wasn't a lot. I figured they would have spoken Russian. It's their language. So that would be like a little minor thing. See, these games always kind of have been a little bit more historical based. They're not 100% accurate historically. Not by any means, but they kind of always kind of have that historical feel. Just go ahead and put the language in it too. You know, it might not be perfect, you know. The Russian would probably be a little more accurate, but you probably not had perfect 1500s, you know, Chinese. You wouldn't have had perfect Renaissance Italian. You wouldn't have had a perfect shit. I don't know what Altair. I mean, that was. I think of that in the Ottoman Empire, and I don't know what language they spoke. I'd assume it'd been similar to Turkish or Arabic. Maybe not Arabic. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know a lot of that language in that area today, nonetheless. You know, several hundred years ago. But it would be nice, and you know, maybe have an option for it. You know, okay, you have to get some more voice actors in there to do it, but you know, in a lot of cases, you probably already have it. You know, they probably already have voice actors that did this in Russian. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, a little thing that I think I would change. But it's not like it's not a game breaker. It's not like, oh, well, it doesn't have this. This game sucks now. No, it's not that by any means. It's kind of, I don't know. I like how China did it with the soldiers in the background, and it kind of made me thinking, because I never thought about this before playing that game. I'm like, oh, this is cool, because it's more of a realistic vibe to it. But anyway, I shut up. End this part. Start the India probably right after this. In terms of series of logging videos that's being uploaded next, yes, that would. That should be the next thing. Unless something weird happens, which I have like a month to record that, and I'll probably record it within the next few days. So I doubt that's, you know, it should be there. But anyway, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this part in terms of this part of Chronicles. It was good, but hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, if not more. Hopefully more. But anyway, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful rest of the day.